Okay, hello guys. Once again, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about guys who preliminarily we're going to be discussing about guys who sell freely give out their attention, their time, and their resources, financially or otherwise. Now, this is a very delicate matter when it comes to the dating market, when it comes to the dating environment. Most guys fail to realize that their time, their attention, their resources are their means of exchange. Okay, so let's take an example. You're talking to a girl, or you meet up with a girl, and you guys happen to exchange numbers. All right, but you see, eventually, as you get to call her, she doesn't seem to be responding, or she ignores you. All right, or let's say you even met her online. You just have a little banter with her online, and eventually, okay, cool, you guys kind of kick it off, and all of a sudden she tends to ignore you. Now, where most guys really get it wrong is that when a lady decides to ignore you, she does that for several reasons. One, it might just be she may not necessarily be interested in you, because one thing I know ladies like a lot is that attention, and because they like that attention, they will accept every kind of attention, even from those or from guys they don't necessarily even have feelings for or they don't like. Okay, so they will go out there randomly just giving guys their numbers just because they want that attention from the guys. Okay, so like I said earlier, two reasons why a lady would ignore you while you're trying to chat her up, or while you're trying to call her, or whichever means you're trying to communicate with her, and she's completely just ignoring you or not responding at all. One of which I've mentioned is that she may not necessarily like you, and the second is she may like you. Okay, most times ladies, you see genuinely, like when you if you had met her one on one, maybe on the road or something. Let's say she was even the one that gave out the green light, so she was looking at you in a certain way, and you just had to make the move, and you're like, oh cool, this is clear, this lady likes me. You understand, based on the fact that she was giving up the green light, or she just made it clear to you directly that she does like you, and you happen to exchange numbers or exchange contacts or social media handles and all that, and then eventually you find out, okay, this same lady that claims to like me seems to be more or less ignoring me or not responding to my messages. So what's happening there? Okay, so in the first instance, it's a case where she doesn't like you at all. She has nothing, nothing for you, no kind of feelings for you. And the second case is when she likes you. Okay, she may also ignore you when she likes you. The reason why she does this, most times, ladies, the excuse they give for this is they're trying to test your endurance. They're trying to test your resolve on commitment towards their friendship, to that friendship, or to her. Okay, so they ignore you and see if you'd be lousy about it or if you'd be lazy about it. That's their reason I'm stating. I'm not saying that's right, that's a good reason, or that's a bad reason. I'm just telling you why a lady who likes you would do that. Okay, so now what guys find themselves in this shoe where they seem like they're trapped. Okay, how do they get the attention of this lady they like when this lady seems not to be giving them or showing them face at all, seems to be completely blanking them, or sometimes they even read your message but they don't reply? Ladies are fond of doing this. I see a lot of it on Facebook, most especially when you're just trying to initiate first contact with a lady. She just keeps reading your message and she doesn't reply you, or she's one that indirectly made the first approach to you, showing that she does like you, and then you decide, okay cool, let me just go ahead and talk to her, get her number, and then eventually after a while she completely blanks out. Now what's going on there? Guys find themselves in that situation, that confusing situation, that they're like, okay, they're very indecisive, they don't know how to wriggle their way out. So now I'll tell you, you see, attention and time, and even, let's say, your resources are very important commodities or means of exchange when it comes to the dating market. And the mistake majority of the guys do is give out this attention, time, and finances for free. When I mean for free, they are not getting anything in return. She's just literally ignoring them. He's calling her, you're calling her, you're chatting her up, she's completely ignoring you. She's not saying anything. Even though you're giving your time, you're giving your attention, she's completely ignoring you. So I want guys to really listen and understand. When you find yourself in that situation whereby you are giving out your time, let's say you've not necessarily gotten to the point whereby you're giving out your resources, that's financially, you're just giving out your attention and your time basically, and she's not giving you anything in return, or she's not reciprocating. What do you do? Okay, in that situation, I always advise guys, and you guys need to take this serious, because a lot of guys are out there giving out time and attention to ladies on a daily basis, and these ladies barely reciprocate. So you will send like 10-20 messages, and then they should just say hi or hello out of the blue, and you continue to do this day in day out. You're wasting your resource when it comes to attention. You're wasting your resource when it comes to time. Ladies value these two things, and when you continue to give them for free and they continue to behave, you are perpetuating, or you are further encouraging this kind of behavior, what I would like to say is narcissistic behavior. Yes, because it's narcissistic. When you're trying to reach out to someone and there's no response, it shows that you don't see the person as relevant. You don't see the person as important. Okay, so what do guys do? Let's jump into that. Guys, don't give out your attention. It's valuable. Don't give out your attention. Don't give out your time for free for someone who is not reciprocating. Don't do that. You guys should have to stop that. So let's take a practical example. You hit up a girl, because I like being practical. You hit up a girl. Let's assume you met her outside. Okay, I'll give you a classical example of what happened to me. I use my case as an example. Now, we're out in the social gathering. I think it was a wedding, and then she was all smiling and all that. Okay, each time I look her way, she smiles. Each time I look her way, she smiles. Well, to me, to any guy who is really into the game or in the dating, atmosphere, understand that ladies most times don't give direct signals. They give these signals by smile, body gestures, how they are around you, so you just naturally tell, and most times they expect you to use that as a cue to meet them up. So I did that. I walked up to her and we exchanged contact. For the first 1 week, I was calling. Normally a guy would call. Okay, cool. So you may not necessarily get a call back, but she picked and she chats. So after like 1 week, she completely blanked out. What do? Guys, this is the point in time where you seize your attention. I will tell some guys, if it comes to text message, once you send her about four messages, let's say on WhatsApp, or if you're using Facebook, once you send her about 4 or a maximum of 5 messages and she doesn't reply, then you must cease send her a message. I said completely cease. 5 is just like the most you could send. Okay, the most you could send, or depending on how much you do like her. For example, let's assume you extremely like her. Once you send her 5 messages, then you must stop sending messages. Now, when it comes to the call, on average, guys make the mistake of calling a lady 5, 6, 7 times in a day. That's ridiculous. That's extremely ridiculous. That's a bad habit. That's a simp behavior. Okay, that's giving too much time and attention to a lady. You want to call a lady once, she doesn't pick, we're going to excuse that. Let's assume she is busy or she's somewhere doing something, she didn't hear her phone ring. You call her the second time and she still doesn't pick. Well, we might just be so benevolent, also excuse her. When you call her the third time, that should be the last time you're going to call her for that day. That should be the last time. 3 missed call is more than enough for any sensible person who has you or who rates you of great importance to call you back. After 3 missed call for that day, that brings to an end your call for her. Now, if she doesn't call you back, you can excuse her for 1 day. Another day comes, you call her. Now, most times she picks, right? Okay, if she picks on the second day, good. You must check that first behavior of she not picking the day before. You ask her, I called you yesterday, and how come you never picked? They will always come up with all kinds of silly excuses. I was this, I was that. Then your next question should be, why didn't you call back when you saw my call? They will still come up with excuses. Probably even lies most of the time. Okay, you might excuse that. But one thing you should know is when this behavior becomes consistent, she picks today, she doesn't pick tomorrow, or she picks as at when she likes to. Those are bad behaviors, and you should, at that point, let me put a time frame. Okay, let me put a time frame so that guys will properly understand. Okay, but because the scenarios are sometimes different. It's difficult to really put a time frame, but I would put a time frame. Okay, let's assume you call her on the first day 2 times or 3 times, she doesn't pick. The second day 2 times or 3 times, she doesn't pick. I want to be generous. The third day should be the last day. Call her twice. She doesn't pick at that point. What you must do, and not necessarily should do, must do, you take her number completely off your phone. Most guys make the mistake of keeping ladies' numbers when they behave like this. No, because you may find yourself in a situation whereby because you so much like her or you've so much been in love with her, which guys find themselves most times. So it's not bad. You find yourself in that vulnerable situation, is understandable because of the kind of love you have for her or the kind of likeness you have for her. Keeping her on your phone might lead to you calling her again some other time. So our advice, once you've called her the first day, the second day, the third day, she did not call you back, she did not pick up your call, that third day is a deal breaker. You must take your phone and delete her number off it. If you've chatted her on WhatsApp before, go on WhatsApp, delete your messages completely and delete her number completely. Now, if she does call you back, like some of them do, let's say 50% of them that act this way eventually call back and like a day or two, and then they'll come up with this, what I'll say, stupid claim that, hey, why are you no longer calling me? And then you must hit her with the, hey, I called you 3 days straight and you did not pick up. And because ladies will always respond the same, what she will tell you is, oh, I did not see your call. When was that? What I would advise you in that situation is you can go ahead to reestablish communication with her. But note, for each time she decides not to pick your call and reply your message, you would continue to cut her off when it comes to communication. Okay? Because sometimes ladies know how to trap guys, and guys don't realize they've been trapped. All right, she wants to give you attention for a very short period of time, and then she pulls out. Okay, and then she wants you to chase, and sometimes you okay, and when you do chase, she pulls out again, and the whole thing begins to go back and forth like that, back and forth. So you're trapped in. She's not giving you a decisive, she's not being very decisive as to where the relationship is heading to. It's just a case of she establishing communication for like 1 week, and after that 1 week she stops communicating, and then you cut her off, and then she comes back again, and the cycle continues. In that case, as a man, you must take a stance, because you're not okay with the kind of communications she's giving you. It's haphazard, it's shabby, it's not good enough, because it seems like you guys are really not going anywhere, because she picks today and doesn't pick tomorrow. Then I would advise guys, it's a trap. She has you in a trap. She's enjoying your attention. She seems that she's enjoying your attention for free, and she's refusing to take a decision because she's just refusing to take a decision. That's how ladies are. In that point, you can go ahead to block her, because you cannot continue to be in that trap. You cannot continue to go around in those circles. It's not helpful for you. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your resources. You're wasting your attention. Okay, so you cut her off at that point completely. Just completely cut her off. Block her off, so that she can no longer reach you, even if it's going as far as blocking her on WhatsApp, blocking her on your phone. Her number doesn't reach you. Okay, then if she then goes ahead to go the extra mile by using another number to reach you, then you must open up and let her know, hey, I did what I did because I'm not happy with the kind of communication we have. And if you decide that we should reestablish communication, this and these are my stance. These and these are the options. If communication is not good with us again, I will do the same by blocking you. Whether you use 100 number, I will do the same. You see, when ladies start to understand that men take their time and their attention seriously, and they prize it highly, ladies will start to value it. You see a situation whereby a girl has 200 messages on Facebook. Of course, she would feel special. Of course, even if she gets to meet someone that she likes, she will also ignore the person because she has so many persons knocking on her door. So guys are out there on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on their phone, wasting time and attention on ladies that are not reciprocating. No, I'm saying this has to stop. You must stop those behavior. Okay, completely cut her off. If she decides to reach you back, good. If she doesn't, then you must move on. Your time and attention is very valuable. Don't downgrade or overlook your time and attention. It's very valuable. They value these things. If a lady is not getting attention from anybody, she's going to feel less of herself. Trust me. And that's why ladies will go out and tell you, how do I look? Because they want that validation, they want that attention. So if they are not getting it, they will behave. But when they get it in excess from guys that they don't necessarily like, then their head and their ego start to swell and then they misbehave. So guys, we must stop this simpish behavior. If you want to be very, if you want to do well in the dating market, this simpish behavior must stop. Time and attention is a valued resource. And when we give it out, we must give it out to ladies who are worth it, ladies who are reciprocating. Okay, I didn't then necessarily delve into finances, but I'm just strictly speaking on attention and time. It's valuable. If she's not giving those two to you, sorry, if you're giving her those two and she's not reciprocating, that relationship to me is not symbiotic, but it's parasitic, and you must stop and cut all kind of communications from her. That way she will understand this is your stance, and if she cannot comply, she moves on, and then you move on to someone else. That's it. So to wrap it up, guys, I'll reiterate to what I've been saying before. Your time and your attention is valuable. Please stop giving it out for free to random girls who don't give a shit about you. It's valuable. Only give it out to ladies who merit, who are worth it. So at the end of the day, you yourself will not get played. You yourself will not get used for just for mere time and attention. Ladies do have these guys. They just line them up, they power them up. So they wake up in the morning, they go through their phones and they're 200 messages. Wow, I'm special. You guys are out here causing problems for other guys, swelling and busting the heads and ego of these girls, that they start to feel like they are queens and models. And then they start coming up with all kind of attitudes and behavior. So guys, please, let's stop this. Okay, let's do this. Let's stay away from this kind of behavior. And I'm sure you, when you meet the right person, you will understand how valuable that person takes your time and attention. When you don't give them that time and attention, you see the lady will start, when you deprive her sometimes, the lady who really values you or wants you, you see her getting angry over that. Okay, that's when you know you're with the right person. Okay, guys, thank you. Well, thank you for listening. We'll continue to give you tips, tricks on how to maneuver or move your way around the dating market so that you have more success rate in finding the right partner that you desire. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to my channel for more tips. Thank you.